up, it's talking wrestling time. Pond Water and Amy, partners in crime. Dropping facts with laughs and trivia too. Pro wrestling tales coming straight to you. Stories wild and questions quick. Amy and Dave with the perfect kick. Tune in every week, don't miss the ride. Wrestling knowledge served with pride. Talking wrestling, it's a wild ride. Dave and Amy kicking ass on the wild side. Grab a chair and join the spree. It's all about the wrestling fantasy. They rant, they rave, they won't behave. Wrestling fans, come out your cave. It's time to party and misbehave. Talking wrestling, time to go. Ring the bell and start the show. They rant, they rave, they won't behave. Wrestling fans, come out your cave. It's time to party and misbehave. Talking wrestling, time to go. Ring the bell and start the show.
Hello and welcome in for another exciting episode of Talking Wrestling with Pond Water and Amy. I'm Pond Water Dave. Joined with me as always is the First Lady of the Arn Anderson Fan Club, Miss Amy Vaughn.
Hey, hey.
What's going on, Amy?
Not a whole lot. Enjoying June and the sun. How about you?
I can't complain. Everything's great. Feeling a little better this week. Mouth's almost feeling human again.
Good.
Coming off a huge wrestling weekend.
Yes.
On
Lost Art, right?
Lost Art Friday night. Crowned the first set of tag team champions.
Was it themed or was that just a joke?
Was it what?
Was it themed? It seemed like there was a Karate Kid theme.
No, I was telling them to ring the bell. I tell them, let's go. And it's just the way she got my picture. No, it wasn't themed. No. And we had a good time. Crown new tag team champions. There was a ladder match with Wes Warren as the champion, coming in as champion against Ray Fury, Frankie Thomas, Vladimir Koloff.
Oh, I did see
Simon Phillips.
Man, that's a lineup and a half.
Oh,
there.
5 of them just tore that place apart. I don't normally like ladder matches. And when I tell you this wasn't a good match, this was a great match. I'm telling you. I mean, it was pretty special. The boys laid it all out on the line. Brandon Turner got involved and almost stole it for Koloff, but Wes Warren managed to prevail.
Interesting.
Just by that much, it was like, wow. So anyway.
Cool. So cool. Seemed like you had a fun-filled weekend.
Yep. And that wasn't the only cool thing that happened Friday night. Our good friend Chris North attended SmackDown in Knoxville.
Yep.
He was on the front row, hard camera side. Could have done anything he wanted, but he chose to give us 5 stars and Pond Water Amy 28 on the USA Network.
So sweet.
How cool is that?
I know. That was so sweet of you, Chris. I can't even
Man,
tell
my
you.
phone started blowing up with our friends seeing that, and I got some really cool things coming for jumpinthepond.com for Chris for doing that for us. He didn't have to do that.
No,
but he took the time to make signs and put Talking Wrestling front and center on probably the biggest show on cable television on Friday night. Just pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like sent it to my mom and dad. Took a picture of it. Said, look.
You know what else is pretty cool?
What?
Our guest tonight.
Yes, definitely.
Our guest tonight is the owner of Island Pro Wrestling. They are running at Prince Edward Island up in Canada. They have a big show this week, this Sunday called Game On at the Prince Edward Island Brewing Company.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to hear all about it. We're going to hear all about his promotion. Welcome into the show, Justin Summers. Hi, Justin.
How y'all doing?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming. We're glad to have you. We were marking out a little bit about our publicity we got on SmackDown.
I seen that. There was a sign with your guys' name on it with like 5 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, our friend, we had the best friends.
We do. We really were taken by surprise. We did not know Chris was going, and we didn't know he was going to do that.
That's awesome of him to give you guys a shout out like that, especially on live TV.
Really?
No kidding. No kidding.
Or sorry, Netflix.
Well,
yes.
no, that was USA.
Oh, it was USA.
SmackDown.
Okay, yeah, right on.
Yeah. So, and thank you WWE for not confiscating the sign before you came.
Exactly.
Y'all got one thing. They got one thing right this week.
Yeah.
So Justin, tell me. You got a wrestling promotion. What in the world made you decide that you wanted to own a wrestling promotion?
I mean, it's kind of a really simple answer, but I got a 9-year-old son who's really into wrestling right now, and the opportunity came up to purchase a company, and I said, how cool would it be for his old man to own a wrestling promotion?
That's awesome.
I can't think of a better reason.
Yeah,
I can't think of a better reason.
So, I mean, like I have a background in promotion anyways from the live music industry. I've done over 300 concerts in my day, and there's like a lot of transferable attributes between the live music and wrestling. So I said, hey, called my best buddy Chris, and I was like, dude, do you want to buy a wrestling promotion with me? And he was just like, hell yeah, brother. So we bought it. We sold some ownership off as well, built a board of directors for Island Pro Wrestling. So now there's 7 of us in total in the team, and yeah, man, it's been wild. It's been a wild ride.
Now, did you like wrestling? I know you said your son was into it, but did you like it?
Yeah, so I was one of those guys that was really into wrestling as a kid and then kind of moved out of it, got into the live music stuff a lot. And then I always kind of kept an eye on it, though, keeping updates and, playing SmackDown versus Raw and all the video games and stuff. And then, yeah, like as my son started growing older, we started getting into sitting down and watching the shows together. And it was kind of like a really good bonding moment for us. So I was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's build something here too.
That is so cool. I think we have a lot of people that talk about how they were fans and that, family, everything, things kind of get going and then their kids start liking it. And that's kind of what brings them back. And then, like you said, it's something that they can do together.
Yeah, like revitalizes your love for wrestling too. Like,
that's so cool.
And it was super cool that he was able to experience The Undertaker because I was a big Undertaker fan as a kid, and he got to see The Undertaker on his way out. So,
awesome!
Yeah, because it doesn't matter what age you are. That entrance, that entrance. The entrance never got old,
right?
The gong.
Yeah.
How many times did we all dream of busting through the curtains and storming on down to the ring or something, right? Like it was always just that childhood dream.
I got to do that. I've done it 3 times, and it was awkward all 3 times. It was never like I thought it was going to be in my head.
Isn't it always different than what you envision?
Yeah, it's a lot of concentration trying not to fall down. Don't trip. Don't land on your head when you jump into the ring. Unfortunately, I nailed that one.
That was one thing I always promised myself with the Island Pro Wrestling promotion is I won't be one of those promoters trying to put myself over and building me into being a character. So
that's probably good. It's overdone anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
and I don't think my wife would put up with me being a wrestling character either. So
yeah, I know the first time that I always kept a pair of boots and trunks and a mask in my bag. Because I learned how to wrestle and then I became a referee. But I always kept it in my gear with me because if there was ever a battle royal, I could go over the top rope with the best of them.
Yeah, damn right. Me too.
And one day she's taking pictures. She likes to take pictures at the matches. And I come through the curtain and she didn't know. And it was not, I don't think that she was excited. I mean, it was kind of like dread, like, because I mean, if anybody that knows me knows that I could get hurt in a padded room.
There's always a way to figure that out.
Yeah.
She probably was thinking too, I don't think he's winning this. So he's going to have to go over the top rope. And what injuries am I going to have to nurse when I get him home?
Ooh, darling, can you rub my shoulder a little bit there? I'm a little bit sore.
Oh, I know better. I will complain in front of her that I'm sore, but I know better. I know better that when I do something stupid to try to get her on board with nursing. She doesn't nurse the stupidity, but she's the most caring woman you'll ever meet in your life.
My
When
wife's
you bring
a
it on
nurse.
yourself, it's it is what it is.
My wife's a nurse, so she's always seen worse. Suck it up.
Rub a little dirt on it. Let's go. So tell us a little bit about this promoting music, though. Was it primarily in Canada or North America?
Yeah, I branched out a little bit into the United States. I did a little bit over in Europe, mostly like booking tours and just kind of doing management for different bands. Back when I was a teenager, I played drums in a heavy metal band, and I mean, heavy metal isn't the most popular music in the world, so it became a do-it-yourself attitude, and just kind of started doing it for our guys, and then eventually had other people approach me being like, hey, if you're doing it for them, can you do it for us too? So just kind of started snowballing, and I got into merchandising different groups and making sure to book them appropriately, and just kind of, as I said, snowballed from there. Just I touched a little bit of everything in the industry with production and bookings and merchandising. But a lot of that just all falls hand in hand, even with the wrestling too. Like I'm finding there's a lot of those transferable traits to put into Island Pro Wrestling. And my business partner, Chris Frizzle there, he's also been involved in live music as a musician and stuff like that. So we've always had like a thrill for the stage. And now that we own a wrestling promotion, we can set the best stage for these wrestlers at our events. So that was one thing that we really tried to push into Island Pro Wrestling, was having a very good production behind us.
I thought your production value was very good.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
I caught a little bit of the action on Twitch this weekend. Y'all were playing the last event. And
yeah, that's right. We want to give all credit where it's due to the Housefront Productions guys that we've been working with for events. They absolutely killed it. I mean, they had pyro, they had the smoke geysers, they had the light show. They have all the pops that all the wrestlers are dreaming about in that entrance moment, right? So it was really cool to see some of the wrestlers come up to us after everything had taken place, and they're like, I've been doing this for 17 years and never had an entrance like that. So
Aww.
yeah, it was really cool to hear all the positive feedback, and I can't wait for this Saturday because we got a few more tricks up our sleeve this time too.
Well, I want to ask, just so when you buy a promotion, what exactly does that look like? Like, what did you get? Like, did you get the name and that's it, or did they have a place to have it? I don't know.
Yeah, there was a few different things. It was a different transaction this time than most businesses, maybe, because the promotion that I purchased was a struggling promotion. They were ready to fold the doors and kind of shut it down, but he was moving on to do some different, life tasks that he had in plan. So he was very accommodating on the purchase, provided some sound equipment, lighting equipment, and stuff like that. Obviously the name, the social media stuff that kind of rolls all together, but he was just really happy to see that we were going to carry on the torch and not let the promotion die. There was a lot of like brand damage come near the end of his tenure, so we had to do some like rebranding, showcasing to both fans and talents that we're a different promotion. We're trying to step our game up here and showcase that it's going to be bigger, better, and better than ever. So,
And how did you move forward to? I kind of feel like, okay, I bought a promotion. Now what? Right? No.
Yeah.
How did you
Yeah,
decide
but
what
it's
your? Oh, go ahead, Dave.
but it sounds like to me that both these guys they already were into promotion.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
they're already miles ahead, because a lot of these guys,
That's
like
true.
you'll see, for instance, he was talking about he bought a promotion because his son's a fan. I'm feeling like a bad pawpaw because I didn't buy this wrestling ring for me and my grandson to roll around in the backyard. But like right now, I know there's a wrestling ring. It's $5,000. It comes with a 16x16 ring. It comes with so many guardrails, a sound system,
Really?
the turnbuckles. I mean, everything.
Yeah, one-stop shop.
Yeah, so somebody will use their tax refund.
Oh,
and they'll buy
yes.
that. Now all of a sudden we're in the wrestling business, and they don't know the first thing about promoting. And then they're going to do
Got
tax time
you.
championship wrestling. Half the boys aren't going to get paid. It's going to be a shit show, and then they're gone.
Well, and that was a big thing for us too, is like having that background in live music. It is huge help. But don't get me wrong when I say that. Like there's still learning curves. Like we're still learning on the fly. We're talent relationships is one, because we're getting our name out there to different talent to come and showcase at our events. We've only had one event, so we kind of like agreed to not use any of the classic era Island Pro Wrestling material. We wanted to use all of our own content, and building up to the first event, you don't have any content. We haven't captured nothing. So everybody who took part in our first show takeover down at the PEI Brewing Company, they took a flyer on us, and and I was so happy that everybody took a flyer on us, because it helped us capture some content, showcase what we're have the ability to do, and set the stage for this upcoming weekend here. So
speaking of content, well, back to my point though. But as promoters, you understand that you just don't. If you build it, they will come. That don't work. You understand that you got to get it out there.
Yeah. And I mean, we've been doing the rounds as best as we can. We're linking up with like-minded people like yourselves and just discussing what we're trying to build. We're really trying to build an online community too. We streamed the first event on Twitch. That was more of like a proof of concept to make sure the damn thing wasn't going to crash on us during the event. So everything worked out, and we're going to do it again here for this upcoming show. So, I mean, I've been going around on various podcasts and just trying to build an online community and showcase what we're trying to do. And along the way, we're finding that there's a lot of talent that have seen the content that we have now, and they're reaching out being like, oh, wicked stage, man. How can we get on that stage?
Cool.
Yeah.
So tell me about the area. I mean, I kind of Google searched it. You are out on a literal island, correct?
Yeah, it's a sandbar just before you hit the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, I'm biased because I grew up here. I left here whenever I left here and went to the western part of Canada for work as a young adult. It really opened my eyes to how blessed and I really am to have grown up here in Prince Edward Island. It's a very safe community. The winters are hard, obviously, off the Atlantic Ocean, but it all pays off in the springtime and summertime when you got those white sandy dune beaches and just the sunshine and breeze flowing through your hair. It's awesome. We're not very large here. We're about 189, just about 200,000 people, and we're actually considered the smallest province in all of Canada. We're actually our own province, so which is pretty neat. So you don't see a lot of that.
Okay, because I didn't know just what the size of your island was, or do people have to? I mean, I don't know if it was a ferry situation from.
Yeah, on one side, on the eastern end of Prince Edward Island, they have a ferry that connects to Nova Scotia, and then we actually have the longest freestanding bridge in the world the Confederation Bridge that links us to New Brunswick, another province on kind of more the central western side. So, I mean, yeah, it takes about 3 hours to drive, maybe a little more, 3.5 hours to drive from one tip of the island to the other tip of the island. So everybody knows everybody here. You can't keep that dirty laundry in at all. So
There you
everybody's
go.
pretty open and honest and transparent. So
I thought you were going to say it was 3-hour drive on the bridge that connected, because you said it
Oh,
was the
no.
longest bridge. I was just like, I think I'd have a stroke. I don't think I could be on a bridge that long.
it's still quite a bit on the bridge. I think you're probably 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, well,
I've got a good friend that lives in Nova Scotia, and he always sends me pictures during the winter because he works at the airport. And I'll send him pictures in the winter, and I'm wearing shorts, and it might be 50,
Exactly.
55
Rub
degrees.
salt into the wound, why don't you?
Yeah, and he'll tell me I hate you, and it's like, no, you don't, lies.
Yeah. But I mean, even with our winter conditions up here, there's still lots of fun things to do. You go snowmobiling, people go snowboarding. Like there's a lot of like winter activities too.
That's if you like winter. No.
Yes.
And y'all literally play hockey on. Y'all really actually play hockey on frozen ponds.
Yeah, there's been times where I've just let the hose go wild in the backyard and let the little fella go ahead and skate on it, right? So
there you go. You gotta love it. Well, I'm gonna bring up the graphics for the event this week.
Oh yes, yeah.
We have game on. It's round 1 for the IPW Heavyweight Championship tournament. I saw something on your broadcast that somebody had taken your title hostage.
Oh man, this is what I was saying. Like getting into the wrestling game was interesting because whenever we bought the promotion, we have two belts. There's the Prince Edward Island belt, which we call the white strap, that Zane Valentine is currently the champion with. That was interesting to get that back whenever we bought the promotion, because we stripped both of the current champions to return our belts back home and just kind of reset everything.
Sure.
So the heavyweight championship came back, no problem. That was good. But Zane must have really liked the way it looked on him and definitely made us work to get it back. So yeah, it was interesting to see how that all played out. He ended up coming to Takeover, our first show, because we told him if you want it, you have to compete for it. So lo and behold, he beat our hired gun Wesley Pipes and was actually able to retain the belt that we so much wanted to strip off him. So
all right. So here we have the bracket.
Yeah.
So are most of these wrestlers local? I mean, like from Canada, I guess, or what?
The majority of them on this one are. We do have August Artois on the top left there. He's out of Florida. He's going to be coming up here. We're flying him in for the event. He really wants to put his name into the hat for the Heavyweight Championship tournament. And then we have another guy over on the right-hand side there, Alex Silva. He was a TNA original. So it's pretty cool to have him. He's such a well-traveled talent. He literally just got back from Germany the other day, and he's coming all the way to see us to throw his name in too. So
awesome.
A lot of the other talent, there's some guys that we had featured on our first event, but they're mostly Atlantic Canadian talent. So that's between New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty thriving community of wrestlers here where we're at.
Bobby Boyette reminds me of hippie Mike Boyette.
So
their personalities are so much alike.
I'm not sure exactly the town, but he's originally from Louisiana area, and he actually moved up to Halifax, Nova Scotia, to train at the Kaizen Academy there. So he would be another American boy.
Well, Boyette is the right name because he reminds. I mean, because I remember Mike Boyette from when I was young, and I mean
that could be his dad. You might need to ask him that.
I'm telling you, the last name was really familiar.
Yeah,
Find
and
out for us, Justin, and let us know.
yeah, 100%. I'll definitely check with him.
I want to say I love your graphics. That it looks like Street Fighter
Yeah,
or
thank you.
Mortal Kombat.
I got to give a shout out to JT Designs on that. I had this vision, and he was able to paint it appropriately because we were like, "It's game on. Let's do something video game-esque. We'll get the Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat theme in there. We'll get player 1, player 2 involved."
I
Like,
love it. That is cool.
yeah, he did a really good job. He's been doing most of our media graphics work for us, and I can't thank him enough because I'm not the easiest guy to work with either. Being like, "Hey, make this change. Hey, make that change." So
Is he part of your board of directors, or is that someone else?
no,
I mean,
he's
like,
not. He's
hired
not part
on?
of our board, but he'd be a third party, but he's a local wrestling fan too. So
Oh, yes.
it worked really well because he has a love for the product, and he knows what fans want to see and what they're looking for on a poster too.
This
Cool.
one is really good, and right up we have a PEI championship match.
Yeah,
You mentioned Zane Valentine against the Maritime Luchador Fantana.
Yeah.
Fantana. Look at-
So funny story. Fantana became the number one contender after. This is one thing I've learned about wrestling. It's a constant pivot. You're constantly pivoting. So we had IPW Takeover happening as our first event, and all of a sudden the day came, and we had one of the talents not be able to make it. So Fantana actually stepped in and pulled double duty that night. Performed for our VIP section on a dark match, and then came back and performed his original matchup. He actually went against Bobby Boyette. That was like David and Goliath thing going on there. But yeah, he became the number one contender by getting 2 wins on our first event. So
Wow.
Awesome.
we got him stepping up against Zane Valentine, and I can't wait to see it. Like, I was so busy at the first show with all the production stuff happening that I never really had time to like sit down and watch the matches live. So I was so thankful we had captured the content from the Twitch because I love watching Fantana. That guy is doing flips, and yeah, he's definitely versatile.
So now here, if I'm looking at this graphic, and on the very bottom row, on the very right, it looks like it's an outline of a person, right? But it's not. So is that like a mystery person that's in the tournament?
That's one of those secrets that I'm not going to share on the podcast.
All
You may
right.
have to just show up live and see what's going on for yourself.
Interesting. Okay.
I always like to leave an air of mystery to all this stuff too.
Oh,
And-
I like it.
Let's talk about No Class Eric Bass.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is
I'm
he?
assuming that the name says it all.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of heat that he's garnered in the industry here because there was a very famous No Class Bobby Bass who in our area of Canada here, whenever you turned on the television as a child, you got Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling. That was run by Emile Dupree. His son Rene Dupree went on to perform in the WWE or
Okay.
WWF, sorry, or whatever era he was in there. But that was our local access to wrestling. And there was a very famous gentleman named No Class Bobby Bass that went around, held titles. He was the man, and he wouldn't take any guff. So Eric started using the No Class name as well, and it's been kind of catching a little bit of flack here and there. So
It'll happen.
yeah, that's one thing I've learned is like it's a very respectful industry. You don't just go using somebody's finisher moves without addressing them. You don't just go using somebody's gimmick without passing it by them, right?
Right.
Yeah, we had a guy in Texas that was showing up on shows as and calling his using the Von Erich name, and
Oh,
I mean it might have been genius because it got him talked about, but
well,
Not
it's
in a
one of
good
those things. Yeah, like it's what do they say? Not all bad promo is bad promo.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, he's getting heat for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. There's been some incidents where that the no class thing has come up and been approached to me, being like, "Hey, this guy's using this monk here, and like maybe he doesn't have permission to do it." And I mean, I don't know if he does or not. I'm not the fly on the wall between the conversations he has with people. So
everything in wrestling's stolen. I mean, look at all the Nature Boys.
yeah, look at all the Nature Boys, right?
Very true. Very true.
I want to thank everybody that's joining us tonight. We have some comments over in the chat. T-Weave, Andrew, Willie Buck, Coach Keith, and then it got real quiet. So somebody say something so I know that we're not having technical difficulties in the chat.
I was thinking the same thing, Dave.
Because they don't normally, because y'all aren't normally that quiet.
They must be just so enthralled with listening to me, eh?
No.
They are good listeners, but I'm just kind of like, I'm like you, like, wonder what
Well, they
happened.
normally have questions too. So
That's very true.
when the chat quits going, there's normally a problem.
Yeah.
We're gonna have the ladies now.
Yeah. So that was one thing we really wanted to do with Island Pro Wrestling was start rebuilding a women's division here. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. Women's wrestling is very hot right now. It's a very in thing with wrestling. You're seeing it a lot, but the major wrestling companies are starting to showcase women wrestlers. And it's not so much about just the sex appeal or the looks anymore. I mean, you still get some of that, but they're actually showcasing really talented women in the ring. So we thought it was going to be great to get that girl, Danny Leo, down here and put her up against the Vandal Chantel. I know that that's going to be a fantastic match. And then we're also having a VIP dark match that is also a women's match as well. We're going to have Stormy Hale versus the ring breaker Karma Rain.
Oh, cool.
So will you eventually, do you have a women's title, or will you eventually have a women's title?
We don't have one currently, but it's definitely something that we're working towards. With buying the promotion and having to do some rebranding, we wanted to make sure that we're going to establish ourselves as a promotion first and just take those baby steps and start working towards goals without rushing too much.
100%.
Yeah. And I agree with most of the time the women's matches are the best on the show.
Yeah, it's wild. It's like Tiffany Stratton and all her ability in the ring is unbelievable.
Oh yeah. There was a time in my 20 years of refereeing that I didn't want the women's match.
Dave.
Well, I mean, I just didn't. And now I can't wait because the talent is so good.
It's high action impact wrestling, right?
Yes.
100%.
They seem more determined to execute the basics. And the storytelling, and if I'm hurting anybody's feelings, I apologize, but the women concentrate on being in the ring and telling a story, and their matches are better, and WWE's doing another women's pay-per-view. It's been 7 years, but they're doing one.
I mean,
so that ought to tell you.
That ought to tell you right there, right? Like if the big guys are getting behind it and they're starting to showcase it, it's for a reason.
Yes. Next up, the Ghost, Ricky Mortise against the big bad
LG Logan.
Thanks, I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah.
It's only a 40-inch television screen in front of me.
So anybody who watched our first event, IPW Takeover, you would have had to have seen Logan Green and Ricky Mortise kind of have some bad blood between them. That's one of those things I've been learning as a wrestling promoter is that there's some things that we can write into a storyline, but there's other things that are just natural. And having a bad bloods between talents, we're like, okay, let's set the stage.
Got a fan, it looks like.
What's this now? You guys are the best thing that happened to IPW hands down. Oh, thanks, Nathan. Making a fella blush over here.
You did. Look how red your face got.
Yeah,
that's the Irish in me.
So Logan Green's is Sabrina his valet, or does she actually wrestle too?
Yeah, Sabrina's a valet. She was also his valet at the Takeover event. But I mean, you gotta keep your eyes peeled there too, because you never know what valets are up to. It's almost like they have a second man, kind of like Zane Valentine and Eric Class or no Class Eric Bass. There, it's just always something going on.
Yeah, and they're sneakier. They're sneakier than the men, and that's. I mean, I say that in the nicest way possible. Like
You just never know what's inside that purse, right?
Yeah, I mean, with Brandon Turner, when Brandon Turner's at ringside, I know that not if, but when he's going to do something. But when the ladies are out there, it's not just if or when, but how. And it's man. All right, Alex Silva versus Giant Orion.
Yes, that. I mean, a lot of the matches that we've already talked about here could be potential contender for match of the nights, but this is really one that I have my eye on. We got the former TNA original Alex Silva. He was in Ring of Honor and a bunch of other promotions. Well-traveled veteran in the industry. Has been around the block a few times, and he's going up against Giant Orion. And that's not a man that you want to mess with. He has a MMA background prior to moving into pro wrestling. He's actually one of 5 guys to ever knock out Dan Severn.
Wow. That goes on your card.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, there's no messing around with that guy. He's got the credentials to back up anything he wants to say. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think we're going to see a lot of like that technicality wrestling mixed with speed and brawn. So you're kind of covering all bases of wrestling on this one. And I mean, if you haven't seen anything from Giant Orion, you just go on YouTube and type in Giant Orion choke slam.
Okay.
That guy's a big guy.
Because I mean, knocked out Dan Severn. That's that right there. That's an attention getter.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I think if nobody's familiar with Dan Severn, he's one of the all-time greats in mixed martial arts. And to have Brian Orion or Giant Orion go in there and knock his block off, that's a big accolade.
Yeah, he was the NWA Heavyweight Champion too.
On Raw. He took the NWA World Championship on Raw.
Yeah.
And was the NWA champion when TNA was formed.
Yep.
And why they didn't have him and Ken Shamrock on the second episode.
I never understood it. That would have been the big money maker right there.
Jeff Jarrett said they never wanted to do it. I can't. It seemed like to me that was, if you're trying to sell a pay-per-view for $10, why you wouldn't put those two on?
Who didn't want it? Who's they? Who did not
TNA
want it?
didn't want it.
TNA did not want it. Oh.
No. They were happy to start over.
All the wrestling fans wanted it. We all wanted it.
I know. At the time, I thought it was ridiculous. And Dan Severn is one of the classiest gentlemen you'll ever meet.
Mm-hmm.
But
also one of the toughest gentlemen you ever meet too. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Bobby Boyette, we've been talking about him against Rugged Rick Owens.
Yeah, this is like a straight brawn on brawn match here. We're just pretty much going to see whose shell's going to crack first on this one, I'd say. Rugged Rick Owens is known for his strength and versatility. And I mean, Bobby Boyette is a big boy. You don't want to be getting clutched up with him because it's just all power there. What else do we have here? We have Rugged Rick Owens, and then there's August Artois and Wesley Pipes.
Man, August Artois looks familiar to me.
Well,
there's something.
You said he was from Florida. You said he was from Florida, right?
Yeah, he is. He's down from Florida area. He definitely hasn't hurt my feelings while we've been working together. I just want to say that publicly. That guy is a heel, 100% a heel, and unbelievable. I've had such great interactions with him. This would be the first time we're flying somebody up from the States for our event. Just made all of this super easy, and he's super easy to work with. But my God, can he lay the heat on whenever he opens those floodgates? It's like everything is a target. So.
And what about the muscle beast over here, Wesley Pipes?
Wesley Pipes has been a Atlantic Canadian wrestling icon for quite a few years now. He's very well traveled. He's main evented in Mexico and main evented in America. He's main evented in Canada, all in 3 separate weekends.
Oh,
He is a veteran through and through. Same thing. When we bought the promotion, we're starting to reach out to different talents. Wesley was one of those guys that was like, "Hey, if you have any questions, you let me know. I'm glad to point you in the right direction. I'll tell you which directions not to go down." That's also a big part of wrestling.
mhm.
But kind of cool story here too is both those guys actually have some history with Island Pro Wrestling. Um, During the classic era, Wesley Pipes was actually the heavyweight champion, and he took the title down to Maine and defended it against August when August was a rookie. So yeah, they kind of have this like little history thing going on. So it's going to be cool to see them happening in the first round of the tournament here.
That will be cool.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Explain, you've mentioned the VIP match a few times. Break down what exactly you mean by the VIP match.
So the VIP matches are kind of like some dark matches that we put on for people who come to our events live in person. We really respect that people are willing to pay a little bit extra for some flair, and we want to make sure that they got the flair. So we give them 2 private matches. We still film those, and we're thinking about making those something accessible on the Twitch later on. We're still kind of working on the back end there, but we want to just showcase to the people who are supporting us the most, like, hey, we'll throw something cool your way too. So having the Philippine Dream TJ Miguel in there with the Mahler, James Manning, and Ryan Schimmel, it's triple threat match. If anybody watched our takeover event, Ryan Schimmel was involved in a fatal 4-way. I thought he was like an integral part in that. I've had lots of people telling me that that's already kind of like an early contender for match of the year. So,
nice.
Cool.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not saying that Shawn Michaels was in our Twitch watching, but 10 days later, NXT did the exact same fatal 4-way with 2 spots that looked exactly like ours. So
Yeah,
Hey.
somebody.
Yeah.
Funny how that happens. And I was on. I watch a lot of stuff from the '80s.
Yeah.
And I saw a finish with the Briscoe brothers, not the Ring of Honor Briscoes, Jerry and Gerald, Jack and Jerry Briscoe back in the day.
Mm.
They were defending a tag title in Florida against Dory Funk Jr. and David Von Erich. And Dory Funk kind of did a leg dive on or swept the legs on Gerald Briscoe and had him rolled up. And David Von Erich stuck his leg through the ropes and put his foot on his butt to give him some leverage. And they got the pinfall that way.
Yeah.
And I had made mention of that finish on Twitter to Mr. Briscoe. And Mr. Briscoe talked about it and retweeted it. And then I saw that finish on Raw.
It's so funny.
I ain't seen that finish in 30 years.
And it's almost like people have just brought it back to life. They're rejuvenating this. Like we said earlier, like everything in wrestling has pretty well been done for the most part. It's a matter of doing it in your own flavor and putting your own flair on it now. But yeah, like I just thought it was super weird that there was a Tower of Pain and then a 3-way headlock into a stunner. Yeah, I don't know.
It's what I said earlier about things that are, if you're a young wrestler and you've got something that you're popping the crowds with, you need to get you a copyright attorney and you need to copyright it. I have a wrestler that, Ray Fury. Yeet yeet was his deal. Now, he didn't have it trademarked. Somebody else actually had yeet trademarked. But they heard yeet and thought it was cool and put it on television. And it's their
look at it now.
Is
Yeah.
their $1 million idea, and the guy that was smart enough to trade. I say all that to say is that what you're talking about is they're watching, and when they see something cool, it's going to television.
We actually thought it was
Exactly.
so close that we made a comparison video and shared it on YouTube. And we're
Oh, I
like,
love
hey,
that.
look, it's like 10 days later.
Yes.
What's going on here?
Oh, I love that. That's a
Call
great
'em on it.
idea.
But
Yeah.
This
happens.
James
I believe that.
Manning, he looks very menacing. Like I would definitely not want to be in a room with him. Like
Yeah.
I definitely do not think that he's very friendly. Is that a
He
good
sent us a
assumption?
promo when he sent us his promo and he said, you're getting into the ring with a man who's comfortable living in his own nightmares. I believed him.
Oh my gosh, yes. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
I can see by that red beard, he's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
That's-
As a father of 2 redheaded daughters, I recognize crazy.
yeah. You don't get the name the Mauler for no reason either.
No.
very true. Very true.
And there's our other VIP match of the night. We got Stormy Hale against the ring breaker, Karma Rain.
Yeah. Stormy looks fun. Karma Rain looks like she's going to kill her.
Yep, and that's pretty much how it's probably going to roll out. So
Did you say she's the ring breaker?
the ring breaker, Karma Rain. Yeah.
Does she have a reason why she has that nickname? I didn't know if a ring has broken because of her or if that was just.
Nope, just a powerhouse unit inside the ring.
I can definitely see that. I 100% see that.
And then I had to share this.
Oh my God.
I want to
I
make
love it.
sure everybody knows that we're not actually having dog fights at the event. This is a tag team match. It's Daisy and Amy. So
I love it.
For the PEI Humane Society. So I assume that y'all are raising some money for the.
yeah,
For the-
100%. We wanted to partner with an organization that was doing good things, and the PEI Humane Society has been a long time staple in all of Prince Edward Island for helping animals find homes. So I mean, there's lots of people on our board of directors that are animal lovers, and once we decided to partner up with the Humane Society, it turns out a lot of our talent is animal lovers too. Even Fantano, who's in the main event for this upcoming show, he's a big cat lover. You know, he's got 8x10s of him and his cat Mojo. And like even Stormy Hale had sent us in a promo video with all her animals that she has at home. It's a really good cause, and we just want to make sure that all the animals are taken care of.
I
wanted to include that.
Yes, I'm glad you did. As my big old Humane Society dog Capone is sitting here by my feet. Now, are you saying Prince Ed Island?
Prince Edward.
You are saying Edward. Okay. I'm sorry.
So we're actually Prince Edward Island is the birthplace of Canada. All of the founders of Canada came to Prince Edward Island and decided to make their treaties here. So it was kind of like the founding fathers area for Canada. So we get a lot of that the British Commonwealth terminology that comes with us. So this island was once owned by Prince Edward, and that's what they named it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you that I'm gonna go try. I don't know if I'll be able to watch it live because I'm actually refereeing Saturday.
Hustle's real.
But I want to. Your wrestlers. I got to be careful because sometimes when I give compliments, it makes it sound like I'm crapping on somebody else, but it's not the case. Your wrestlers pass the airport test. They all look like they're somebody.
Yeah. You
don't have anybody that does not look like a professional wrestler.
Well, thank you for that.
They all pass the airport test. Like if you saw them in the airport, you'd know there's somebody.
Yeah, and thank you for that because that was something we really wanted to do. It's Island Pro Wrestling. It's not Island Amateur Wrestling. We want to be working with professionals. We want people to have the character. We want them to have the look. We want them to have the professionalism that comes with dealing with professional industry. Ideally, in the future, I would love for our promotion to be recognized by WWEID or some sort of major league wrestling promotion where we could be a springboard for some of these up and coming talent to kind of showcase in a proper production area and to get some notoriety with people.
Billy Corgan's expanding the territories.
Exactly.
Very true. Very true.
Just this last week before last, they crowned the NWA Texas champion. They've got two promotions in Texas now under the NWA banner.
Yep.
Mhm.
They're expanding everywhere, so there's no reason to think that maybe they wouldn't expand into Canada.
Well, we're living in that revival of wrestling, like we were saying earlier. Like within the past, I don't know, probably 3 years, I'm going to say there's been a massive revitalization into wrestling. It's almost like the younger generation has finally bought in, and the older generation, who's always grown up and been into wrestling, their kids are now into it. Just like myself, my son is into it. It's revitalized me and my passion for watching wrestling. For the storylines, for the character development, everything, the high action impact, like it's all fun. And
Mhm.
it's almost like people forgot it was fun for a while, and now everybody's coming back to the board.
And I
Yeah,
think
it's
too, like you were saying, there are so many different promotions out there. And with the invention of the internet and Twitch and YouTube and all
Hmm.
that stuff, you can see those things. And if you're not a huge WWE fan,
Hmm.
there are other, you could go, like you said, Ring of Honor, AEW,
Yeah,
MLW,
there's other
IPW,
sources. Yeah,
BIW. There's all kinds of different things out there. And there are very, very, very talented wrestlers out there that are putting in the work and putting on shows. And you're right, it's a great time to be a wrestling fan, I
we
think.
preach it on here all the time to support independent wrestling because the
Hmm.
stars that you have the opportunity to go see in a setting like the brewery,
yeah,
you could see them in the brewery today, and then you could see them on Netflix
Hmm.
or Turner or wherever, because the stars of tomorrow are in the indies,
Hmm.
yeah.
and a lot of them are leaving sooner than later. Because I mean, that's what you said about WWEID,
Hmm.
and all these promotions are, and you even the talk, if they're watching your product and still in your finishes or still in your concepts, there's only a
I'll
matter of
let it
time.
slide this time.
Yeah, but there's only a matter of time before. Don't think they didn't notice. They didn't notice your people.
Yeah,
And the
and
production
and
and the production value of your show. I mean, yeah.
and
And
that's what I mean. Like for us to be able to offer a stage to the talent, like immediately after our first event, I had like 40 wrestlers reach out to me, being like, "Hey, how do we get there? Because that looked
Hmm.
awesome, man. You guys are
Hmm.
doing it right, etc., etc." And we only want to get better with this. This is only step one, in my opinion. So it's going to continue to step up and offer a better and better product to not only the fans that that's what we want, but to the talent too. We want them to have the opportunity to come here, capture a highlight reel under really nice production, and be able to sell themselves to a bigger production later on too. Right? We're not we're not idiots. It takes work and it takes time, and people need to build that resume and have the content.
Terry Weaver says, I sat in a crowd in a brewery as the crowd chanted at Brogan Finley because he was leaving for WWE.
Ah,
Hmm.
cool.
The VSHL podcast. We will be there Saturday. Can't wait.
Ah, nice. I can't wait to see those guys. I know who that is.
Awesome.
That's the unofficial Maritime Wrestling podcast guys. They're fantastic, very good historians with wrestling in our community, and just such good supporters of wrestling community. Period. So
Well,
shout out to those guys.
Heck yeah. You know how you can make your shows just that much more better?
Yeah.
You got to have pond water as your ref. Oh,
Ooh.
there you
hey,
go.
I was
Here, there
fortunate
you
enough.
are.
So it's
I was
funny you mentioned that though, because we actually do special guest referees.
Do you do, how about ring it? How about a bell ringer? I can ring a bell.
Bell ringer. Yeah.
notice how quick she pushed me to the side. It was like
She's
she
like,
had,
okay, done with
you
him.
had
Yeah.
me, and you were and like, okay, cool. And then she just pushed me aside and tried to bogart her
No,
way in there.
because he said, "Oh, we do special referees." I'm like, "Okay, you're already there. What about me? How about I can ring a bell? I could announce."
We actually have special guest referee Gerald Sharkey coming to this upcoming event on Saturday. And like it's pretty cool in my personal life because he's like a long lost cousin of mine. So we actually reconnected over wrestling.
I was fortunate enough to get to visit Canada 25 years ago. I got to go to Quebec.
Okay.
And we won a trip, and my uncle didn't want to take the trip. He goes, "Oh, it's going to be it's going to be crappy, the whole thing. It's going to be, you're not going to have any kind of accommodations. You're going to wish you weren't there." And I said, "Well, let me go." So I went, and they took us up, and they flew us. We went into Montreal, and then got on a puddle jumper over to Quebec. Went in, stayed inside the fortified city at Chateau Frontenac. And they took us on a dining tour of the city where we'd get off a bus, go in and eat a little something, get back on. We got a taste of the city. They took us up on top of a waterfall and had a reception.
Did you get a poutine, though?
I don't know if I ate poutine that week.
Oh, man. In
I ate a lot.
That's some of the best poutine around.
I ate whatever they put in front of me, I ate. And then
Amy, did you just ask what is poutine?
I did.
Oh,
I have no idea.
Okay, I didn't know it was this type of podcast here. Man. Like, okay, poutine. Think of it this way.
It doesn't sound appropriate, no.
you got your French fries.
Okay.
You got your cheese curds.
Yes.
And you got your gravy.
Gravy. Okay, I think I have heard of this. Okay.
Yeah. It's fantastic because you can
gravy?
add like almost like a beef stock gravy.
Oh, so not white gravy. It's a beef stock gravy.
The cheese curds didn't hit for me, but I did like the fries with gravy.
Yeah.
Really?
And I mean, you can add anything to it too, right? You put some peas and carrots in there. You put some bacon on it. There's so many different
carrots. Wait, go back.
Peas mix it with everything. It's almost like fries with the works.
Okay.
But more cheese.
Is it kind of like having like a Salisbury steak dinner all at one time, right? You just mix it all. Okay.
Yeah. You're just mixing it all together.
Okay.
So,
and it's called poutine. Okay.
Poutine. Yeah.
Highly
recommend you try one of those in your life.
Well, I had the time of my life in Quebec. I would love to get back to Canada again.
I mean, we'd love to have you come up here. You guys are good people.
Well, thank you.
Well, I mean, we try. I try to keep pond water under control, so I don't know.
But I hope everybody will support you that is in the area that'll make it to the brewery where there's standing room only. And if nothing else, they got to catch you on Twitch. I'm going to click back over to that again. You can watch Game On Twitch from Prince Edward Island Brewery at www.twitch.tv/Island Pro Wrestling.
That's us all day. Yeah, I can't wait to see everybody start joining in the chat there and letting us know their comments live. We got a couple people doing the moderation and stuff at the event. We've got live commentary. I can't wait to see our online community really kind of grasp onto that Twitch.
Well, it's an incredible product, and you're right out of the gate doing more. You're helping the business more. You're not hurting it.
Yeah, thank you.
Like I said, your product looked excellent. The presentation of it looked excellent. I would have thought that y'all had been doing it for a while.
Nope, it's show 1, and we're moving to show 2 this weekend.
And your talent looks like $1 million, and you just can't.
Mm-hmm. True.
And everybody will be clamoring to be part of that.
Yeah, I'm proud of our team all around, and I can't wait to see what the future holds with Island Pro Wrestling. It's exciting times.
And your YouTube is just Island Pro Wrestling too, isn't it?
Yeah, you got her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim Robinson was asking about it. Y'all have YouTube? Yes, Tim.
Yep.
Same thing. Most of their socials is Island Pro Wrestling.
It's all Island Pro Wrestling. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. We're on Reddit. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're all over at all the platforms there.
I'm going to do that right now. If I'm not already, let me look.
Thank you.
Well, Justin, I can't thank you enough for coming on tonight. We wish you the best of luck Saturday.
Thanks a bunch, guys.
And if you, the door's always open, if you ever want to come back again, we'll be
Oh,
glad.
I'm sure you'll hear from this crazy Canuck one other time.
I
in
hope
the
so.
future,
We're ready to sing your praises, and
Yeah.
I may not get to watch it live, but I'll definitely watch it.
Well, 100%. I'll send you a video on the back end too, because I don't get to watch it live either. I get to watch it the day after. So.
Well, all right, everybody, y'all support Island Pro Wrestling. Go to Twitch and watch it. Go to YouTube, catch their clips. Follow them on their socials, engage them.
Appreciate it, guys.
Become a fan.
Can't say thank you enough.
No, thank you, sir. We appreciate your time tonight.
Yes,
right,
thank you very much.
Y'all take care.
Take care, Justin.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Justin Summers.
I am going to Island Pro. I'm going to go do that right now.
Yeah, I was super impressed, and everything looked first class.
Yes.
The graphics, the production. I mean, I was just playing around. We're coming to you live on Twitch tonight for the first time, and I was just making sure that our Twitch channel worked, trying to make sure to see if I could archive our videos. I did some tests, and then I looked for his, and they had content going, and I watched for a while, and it was good. They do their vignettes with.
I just saw that on YouTube.
With Zane Valentine with his belt, standing out in front of somebody's house saying, come and get it. And it was, they're backstage, they're in ring. This is a neat promotion, and they've started out right. And
to have that background in promoting and music.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure that has got to be a huge, it's a huge help just to put on what the people want, what people want to see.
Deuce Mania Wrestling, woot, woot, IPW.
Awesome.
Nathan,
that could be fun.
Nathan Damon said they're a first class 100%.
They're definitely going to be one to watch.
Oh, and look at BSHL podcast. Thank y'all. We love this show, by the way. Good job, folks.
Thank you.
We can't thank you enough for that.
We appreciate that.
We love the kind words. Thank you so much.
Sometimes we don't know, so we just throw stuff at the wall and we hope it sticks. So we always appreciate knowing.
Well, my attitude's either laugh at me or laugh with me, but I'll take either one.
That's right. That's right. I don't like being laughed at. Never mind. No.
Yeah, you get to be my age. You don't care.
I'm getting there.
I'm looking for a reaction either way.
Oh.
I'd like to take an opportunity to tell everybody about our merch store, jumpinthepond.com. Where all through the month of June, we have 15% off on everything. I think there's one or two items that do not discount, but it's because I only put them on there because I want one, and I didn't mark them up like an Adidas jacket. It's already so close to cost. It would that site won't let you take 15% off if it's going to throw you into the negative.
And I got
my
super cool Pond Water Talking Wrestling with Pond Water and Amy hat, which I love.
Yeah, I got your picture on here on the slides.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, we got this, and you can get them in so many varieties of colors.
I love sizes.
There's the Drunken Pop logoed shirt, pucker up asshole. That's Amy's famous quote. The mark out moments. That's the artwork for our channel that we share with Drunken Pop. We're putting out all kinds of great content. We just launched a new show this last Sunday called Mid-South Markout, where we're doing watch-alongs of Mid-South Wrestling from 1982. The first episode's up. The main event was the Big Cat Ernie Lag, along with the Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika, against Dusty Rhodes, Andre the Giant, and Junkyard Dog. Let me tell you, this ain't Andre the Giant at the Silver Dome with Hulk Hogan. Right. Andre jumped off the second rope.
Oh, man.
Andre's doing high spots.
Right.
Mid-South 82 is excellent. I can't wait. That one you're probably going to see a lot of episodes of just because I can't wait to watch it again.
Well, and that's quite the talent in the ring. I know that I will be making an appearance on one of those episodes because a certain Marty Lundy shows up. So
Yeah, but
I
not till
definitely will make
November.
that. Well, I know, but the way you're going to be going through them, it'll be pretty soon.
But
No.
let me tell you, you know, that Watts 82 was great. That they put Dusty and Andre on the television show because they're in the territory for the week. So
Mhm.
they're making towns, high school gyms, boys clubs, whatever.
Yep.
There's Amy
There
with her
I am.
brand new Talking Wrestling with Palm Water and Amy hat.
I loved it. I love my hat.
And then I wanted to show you what 15% off. I mean, $15.99 is the regular price.
Mm-hmm.
Show me who's selling wrestling related merchandise. Where can you buy a t-shirt online, wrestling related, for $15.99?
Exactly.
But no, with 15% off, it's only $13.59. And that Markout Moments t-shirt is under $12 because I put them on sale for $13.99 is the item of the month. So, you know,
everybody should have one. Everybody
ought to
one.
have one.
I agree. Everybody needs to get one.
And the guy that designs our logos is the same guy that designs Cody Rhodes gear.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make that up. From the
Scout-
mind of
Scout's
JD
honor, right?
Hoop. Yeah, from the mind of JD Hoop. Our merchandise is the same guy that dresses Cody Rhodes.
LA Knight.
LA Knight, the Street Profits, and many more,
Mm-hmm.
Jumpinthepond.com. And what do you want to? How about we play a little trivia, Amy?
That sounds good. We can do a little trivia.
I think it's a good time for trivia.
Yeah.
It's time for Amy's trivia. Can you hang? How big's your brain? It's time to play.
I just want to do a little shout out, if you don't mind, to the Storm 84.
Oh, I was already on it.
Found us and he said we're doing great. We really appreciate that. We're
Thank
glad
you
you
so
found
much.
us. And we hope you join us again. So, as we all have heard, and maybe some of people are in mourning, but R-Truth has been told that they are not going to renew his contract and that he is gone for the WWE. Do you think that's true, or you think it's a work?
Man,
What do you think, Dave?
I don't think it's work. I think it's just it's just the cost of doing business now. That, like, if Vince McMahon was still in charge, Truth was going to work there for life because he loved Truth.
Mm-hmm.
This is TKO is a corporation that has to answer to shareholders, and the way that they do that is that they control their costs to increase their bottom line to satisfy their shareholders.
Right.
They want bigger dividends, and unfortunately, your talent like Truth, Carlito,
Mm-hmm.
Valhalla.
I honestly thought Valhalla, Sarah Rowe, I thought she'd had a baby. I thought she was pregnant. I didn't even realize that.
I thought she did, and she came back.
But I mean, I thought she was pregnant again. I thought she was pregnant with her second child. So I didn't even.
What I'm saying is, and I'm not defending them. I think it's crappy. I think R-Truth should have worked there for life. I think he's talented. I think he deserves a spot on the screen. He makes people smile. You need the comedy guys.
Yes,
but
he definitely made people in the audience happy.
But the days of keeping all those people on the payroll, and hey, don't feel sorry. R-Truth's had a great career, and I mean, you add up how many years. I'm not counting the man's money, and that's not all he does either.
Right. I just think
I'm just saying that he's made millions of dollars for so many years.
Right.
If he's taking care of it, he's okay. He's not going to be coming down there. He ain't going to be coming down there slinging potato chips with me next week.
I don't really know if it's so much that. I think, like you were saying, it's almost like a loyalty thing. Like the fans feel that. Like, I think,
yes.
As much, again, It's not a name. Now, bless Valhalla. I thought she just had a baby. So we hadn't seen her in a long time. So it seemed like, okay, I understand that.
But the same fans make Tony Khan a villain because he's paying people and not putting them on television.
Well, I know.
So the WWE doesn't want to pay people and not put them on television.
Right.
And they're the bad guy. And Tony Khan pays people and don't put them on television. And he's the bad guy. You're not going to be able to win anyway.
No, I think it's because it's R-Truth. Like you said.
R-Truth stings because everybody loves him.
Yeah, such a staple.
I've got him over here. I caught his T-shirt at a live event. and I didn't just catch his T-shirt. I solidly shoved my granddaughter out of the way so I could catch the T-shirt.
Papa of the year.
Hey.
All right. Well, we're going to do a little trivia about, I'm going to call him R-Truth. He's been in the business and under different names, but I'm just going to keep it R-Truth. Just makes it easier for me.
And I even said in the group chat when this happened, I said, well, I can't wait to see him on AEW when he gets featured for 3 weeks. But he can walk around like he's still at WWE. Hey, there's Edge, there's Christian, they could do that where he thinks he's still at WWE.
Oh my God.
And then somebody wrote that in an article and then they shared it. And I said, yeah, I want to say that the group chat leaked, but it really writes itself.
Mm-hmm. I want to say R-Truth just this past week, talking to Cobb, asking Solo, is this your son? Oh,
no.
Oh my God, that was hysterical.
But what really shocks me is he sold so much merchandise being Ron Cena.
Oh my God, that was great too.
So he just recently proved his worth. So yeah, I don't understand letting R-Truth go.
I don't either.
I'm not saying that I understand, but they say that the Miz is already removing stuff off of his, so the Miz may not be renewed.
Yeah, he said his contract, they said, was up in July, which is literally in less than 30 days.
But guess what, people? TNA, NWA, AEW, New Japan, MLW.
Well, and like you said, that's if they want to continue to wrestle.
Yeah.
I mean, they have children. They have different things going on. They may not want this stuff anymore.
Got lots of zeros.
Yeah.
I mean, none of them. Very few of them make less than $1 million.
Right.
And I've heard JR say a lot that $1 million a year is 19,000 and something a week.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yep.
And they,
like I said, that's like anything, as long as you take care of it.
To do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And R-Truth has talent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a rapper,
mm-hmm.
and he's very good. He's hilarious.
But again, he has children. This may be a good break for him.
And he's 50 something. I'm not going to say how old he is because I don't want everybody in the chat doing the math on this first question. But and all these people that want to keep going are gonna have a place. And you can't stay. You're gonna age out some of these WWE second tier mid card stars because look at the level of talent.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if Mariah May is actually going to WWE. If the
mm-hmm.
rumors are true and she's headed to WWE, Stephanie Vacour, she spent a couple weeks in AEW and went to WWE. And look how I'm thinking she's main roster already. I think that she's lost the NXT title.
She's on Raw. She's already there.
So
that's what
they're
they
putting
said.
her. I mean, she's already. I know she'd already been up a couple of times.
Yeah. No, they said she was officially a member of the Raw.
That's how good she is. You
Definitely.
got this cornucopia of talented people, young,
mm-hmm.
talented people on NXT. But someone like Mariah May is coming in. And people are earning their jobs. And unfortunately, you're going to age out some people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure that Natalya didn't see the writing on the wall. And that's why she's,
I think she's doing
she's gone out she said Natalya will put up with stuff, but Natty will whip your ass. And she's been on Bloodsport and she's been on NWA and she had a really good program with the NWA Women's Champion Kenzie Page.
I agree.
So, I mean, and you know who wins in all this?
The fans.
The fans.
100%.
Matt Riddle. Look at Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle was entertaining. Matt Riddle was gone. Matt Riddle's the MLW champion.
Right.
And MLW's got a nice program. We've watched it on watch-alongs, and T-Weave dropped that he saw Kenzie on the same brewery. Look at you go, Kenzie. And
yeah, Kenzie Page, yeah.
And also he said 1973, I'll go ahead and get ahead of you guys while Dave keeps talking.
Alrighty. Well,
let's play trivia, and we'll come back and we'll kiss everybody's ass some more.
Okay. What year was R-Truth born? Are we looking at 71, 72, 73, or 74? So we know T-Weave is counting 73. So anybody want to take a stab at it?
I'm going to say 72. But but just to be contrary. Heather Whitley thinks it's 72.
You and Heather are correct. It is 1972.
Because R-Truth is 53 years old.
He was born January 19th, 1972. His name is Ronnie Aaron Killings, which I like because we got, as we know, I like the name Aaron.
How about that?
Next question. Who does R-Truth give credit to for getting him into the wrestling business? Was it Jackie Crockett, David Crockett, George Scott, or Bob Caudle? Who got R-Truth into the wrestling business?
For real, or was this just some stuff that he says?
No, this is for real. What do you mean? Yes, this is for real.
From when he got in.
What are you trying to work through?
Where the time frame in which he got in?
I'm
going Jackie Crockett. I bet he was talking to cameraman in WCW.
Everybody's saying A, and you know what? You are all correct, but I bet you don't know the story. What do you got, Dr. Pepper?
I'm a pepper.
I better say. So, R-Truth was his initial goal was to be a rapper, his music business, which he does do still to this day. But he got into.
Oh, let me change it to Bob Caudle then, because when I think rap music, I think Bob Caudle.
I understand. He gets that a lot. But R-Truth went to jail. He went to jail for 13 months. And Jackie actually met him at his halfway house. Met Truth at the halfway house that he was staying at when he got out of his incarceration. And encouraged him to get into wrestling. R-Truth didn't want to do it quite yet. He wanted to still, focus on his music career. And then in about a couple years, he did. He looked up Jackie and got in. And Jackie was able to kind of point him where he needs to go. And you know what that made me think about? If you know Mr. David Crockett, Mr. David Crockett does a lot for. Lord, what is it? What's the American Red Cross? And Capone. So I'm just wondering if that's kind of something that was instilled in the Crockett's, like Jackie was helping with the halfway house. Mr. Crockett, David does stuff with the American Red Cross and has for years.
I can only imagine when you grow up with you grow up in a family like the Crockett's that are such a big part of the community.
Yes, that's probably true.
The community outreach is probably taught and instilled to them at a very young age.
Yes.
And T-Weave says, is George Scott not Travis Scott's dad?
I don't think so. Oh. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah. Things that make you go,
Mm-hmm. But you know what? The thing again about the Crockett's, the things that they pick, like you said, being part of the community, because R-Truth is from Charlotte. But the things that they pick to be involved, would you pick, like prison ministry, the first, the American Red Cross, like going to disaster areas? I mean, they could have picked something real simple, but they, they've really chosen to be servants. So anyway, I
was
thought that
always
was really
a fan
cool.
of the home for unwed mothers.
Lord. Who did R-Truth defeat to win his first NWA Heavyweight Championship title at the TNA-NWA weekly pay-per-view on August 7th, 2002?
Man, I just spilled that on my
Was it Jeff Jarrett,
mouth.
AJ Styles, Sting, or Ken Shamrock? R-Truth is the first African-American that was to win the NWA title that was acknowledged. I don't know. They put that in there, so I don't know if there was somebody else or what. But
yeah, they wasn't the NWA when Ron Simmons won it.
No, just the WCW.
I'm gonna say that it was Jeff Jarrett. That's JEFF Ain't he great? Yes, he is.
Well, he wasn't so great because R-Truth did not defeat him to win his first NWA title.
Sounds like Jeff not to put him over.
Well, you're really going to think this is really funny, but he eventually lost it to Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, I know he hit him with a gut. I saw a clip of it earlier today. Jeff hit him with a ladder. Hit him with a guitar on the ladder. Because I think the King of the Mountain match, they were having to put the belt back up on, go hang the belt.
Oh, Oh, that's right. That was kind of like the reverse of the Money in the Bank kind of thing. It was actually It was actually Ken Shamrock.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, he did end up losing it to Jeff Jarrett about 6 months later.
Yeah, it was in the King of the Mountain match.
He beat Ken Shamrock. How many times has R-Truth won the 24/7 championship? 34, 44, 54, or 64 times?
I'm gonna think I'm pretty sure it's 54.
Why do you think that?
Because I knew it was in the 50s.
Heather's with you. You and Heather are like together on the knowledge and answering the questions. You got it, huh? Look behind you. It's R-Truth. He's going to cover you for the belt.
Yeah, I've got a shadow box over here with my shirt that I caught.
Uh-huh.
And there's a picture, and then I've got then I put the 24/7 up underneath it.
I like
and R-Truth's the only reason I bought one of these. R-Truth is the only reason I bought one of these.
Well, he is the one most synonymous with it because he actually won the title 54 times.
The 24/7 7-Eleven Highway 7
Route 40. There is one title exchange that for some reason the WWE doesn't acknowledge. It's something weird. They only acknowledge 53, but there was some weird thing between him and Akira Tozawa.
How are you going to split hairs on the 24/7 championship?
I don't know, but it was on the YouTube channel. It was during COVID, so I don't know what the world happened there, or if they didn't want to do that. I don't know. A lot of these, I went through, a lot of these title changes happened, backstage on the YouTube channel, different things like that.
Oh, everybody got to be the 24/7.
Do you know who? I don't know what he said. He really got 78. I don't know what that means.
It was like Jay-Z. It was like Jay-Z when he was a teenager. Everybody got a chance.
Oh, that's not very nice. But do you know, I thought this was interesting. So Akira Tozawa held the belt 16 times. Do you know who held it 15 times? Who is the third highest holder, I guess you could say, has had 15 reigns as the 24/7 champion. Think about it. It's a woman. There was a woman that held the 24/7 title 15 different times. Do you know who that was? That's just a bonus question right now.
I'm trying to think.
Anybody in the chat? Just take a stab.
We don't need dead air, so come on, tell us.
Well, Dana Brooke.
Okay, yeah.
I thought that was interesting, China.
Ash by Elegance.
That's right.
I don't even recognize her. Like somebody had to tell me that was Dana Brooke, and I'm like, no, that ain't Dana Brooke.
Yeah, I know.
It's Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke. She had won that title 15 times. I thought that was an interesting little fact when I was looking it up. Next question.
Wasn't Medusa?
Medusa won it too. Yep. Kelly won it one time. I mean, the list of people that have won it.
Didn't Rick win it one time?
Who?
Didn't Rick get it one time?
I would have to look specifically for his name. But, I mean, Kyle Busch. I mean, there was just randomness people.
Hey, Alexa, was Ric Flair ever the 24/7 champion?
From thesportster.com. Ric Flair never won the crown.
No.
Interesting. Well, like I said, I'd have to. I'm surprised because, like I said, I'm pretty sure Gerald Briscoe won it one time. There's multiple people that won.
It was good
title.
storytelling. It was a good storytelling belt. It was ha belt, and it was great. But R-Truth took it to another level.
Yes. Oh yes, he was sneaking in. He went to what's that little what was his name? Maverick? No. Drake? No. What was his name?
Oh, DiBiase had it one time.
Okay. That's not who I was thinking about, but one little guy got married and they did the little thing at his wedding. Drake? David? I'll think about it later. How many total years has R-Truth been with the WWF/WWE? So total number of years. 19, 20, 21, or 22. Thank you, Drake Maverick. Thank you, Heather.
20. I'm going to go say D22.
D22. Anybody else have any guesses? I appreciate you helping me out there, Heather. We got 21. We got 19.
T-Wee likes to play blackjack, and he cannot bring himself to go over 21.
We have a winner in the chat, and that is Tim. It was 19. This last run that he had was 17 years. That's crazy to think about it, sometimes. He had a 2-year run before. Then he went to TNA and did some other things, and then when he came back. He's been here for 17 years. All right. Next question. This is fill in the blank. R-Truth has won the WWE/Raw/World Tag Team Champions twice. Once with The Miz and once with whom?
Little Jimmy?
It was not Little Jimmy.
Oh.
I'll go ahead and tell you that. Not Little Jimmy. And I was really surprised because The Miz, that win was in 2024 at WrestleMania. For some reason, I thought that was late. That had been earlier in history. It was, I will go ahead and tell you some information about it. So, R-Truth and his partner on April 30th, 1919, April 30th, 2012, on a Raw, defeated Primo and Epico for the title.
Heather Whitley says it was Kofi.
Heather Whitley's correct. They went on to lose the belt at Night of Champions to Team Hell No in September. So they only hold it for about 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
Good job, Heather. High five, girl. And the next and last question. R-Truth has won the NWA World Tag Team Championship twice. Once actually with Road Dogg. That's pretty good. And then once with another person. Now, let me explain this because I don't.
Can I go?
You know it?
It's Pac-Man Jones.
No.
Oh.
It's not. It is with TNA. They used Tim Robbins got it. It was Conan. They used the Freebird rule because they were a group. So he actually won it with Road Dogg. Like him and Road Dogg were the ones that won it.
But they used the Freebird rule to defend it.
They were called 3 Live Crew.
Right.
And they would use and it was weird because they actually had a 6-man compete for the tag team titles. So both groups, I don't know, I wasn't for sure what exactly was going on, but both groups used the Freebird 3 Live Crew.
Yeah.
And it was Road Dogg.
I bet me and Bad Bunny Slim could sing 2 Live Crew songs though.
I'm sure y'all could. That's Pond Water After Dark.
Yeah.
Right? But
yeah, we're not gonna get kicked off of YouTube by me trying to sing 2 Live Crew songs.
So he won it twice, both with these gentlemen. But like I said, actually in the ring one time with I know the Revival shared that title. You don't have to tell me nothing about that. I seen that. So anyway, so I thought that was kind of cool. A little interesting history about. I thought that'd be a little interesting. Like I said, I learned quite a bit about R-Truth, honestly, and I hope he does whatever he wants to do. He deserves it. Like I said, he's got kids, and he was always a delight. And like I said, when he asked if Cobb was Solo's son, oh my God, I just thought, I don't know how he does it with a straight face. And like he just said some of the things to them and just.
I mean, he kept. I can't believe Cena didn't break on Saturday night's main event.
Exactly, because they don't know what he's going to do. They just know it's going to be funny as hell.
Oh yeah.
And you get asked that question.
And I hope
is this your son?
and I hope this is how good he is.
Sorry.
We know what he's going to do if he goes to AEW.
Mm-hmm.
We know he's going to miss. He's going to do something with Sasha. He's going to do something with Edge and Christian. He's going to do something with everybody that's been there.
FTR. I mean, like you said, he could just Adam Cole. Like
he'll walk by Moxley and call him Dean.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
I mean, we know if they can get a month out of him just randomly passing people, thinking he's still.
People will watch because they will. Whatever.
I mean, know. But we know what, and
Tony Storm. Could you imagine him and Tony Storm?
Oh yeah.
What that would all be about? Oh my God.
And it's just, I want to see it. It's so obvious, and I want to see it.
We're glad you're here, Willie Thornbrew. Thornbrew. Sorry, I don't know what I said. My country really came out
because you think of the Thornbirds every time you see his name. I do the same thing.
I'm old enough to know what that is.
Me too.
I don't know. You think he could be a heel again, Tim? I don't know. I think too many people want to laugh with him.
I went to the dermatologist yesterday, and she was looking at my face and freezing spots and.
Mm-hmm. My God.
And then she said, the same spot right here every year. And she goes, if we have to keep freezing that one, then I'll probably eventually have to do a biopsy. And I said, well, you've been freezing it for the last 4 years. How many years are we going to wait?
Right.
She said, we're not going to wait no longer. And she numbed it up and did a biopsy. And my headphones are playing hell with it.
When did she do that?
Yesterday.
So when are you going to know?
In a week.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. That's true. Terry, that could have been a really good, he got beat by John Cena and I've seen the way and I want to be your, they could have, but whatever. They didn't ask us.
No.
They never do.
And the shirt sales didn't impress them enough to. Now they may come back. They may come back and offer him a new contract.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to renew what we told you that we'd renew you for.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe there's an opportunity for a new contract for some lowball. That maybe they may start lowballing people.
Well, and like Willie, a Legends contract, like that could be if he wanted to do something like that. I mean, didn't what's her name get one? The Lana. I mean,
Yeah.
so I mean, the criteria is not difficult. I don't think it doesn't seem like so, but he may be, if it's just doing gigs for WWE, he may not want to do that. He may want to wrestle. You never know. You never know. Could you imagine? I bet Tony Khan would probably offer him mega bucks. It'd be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see.
It'd be 4 good weeks of television.
Yeah. Yeah, could be.
And I don't know at this stage that you can ride. I mean, R-Truth's good in small doses. It works because they don't overexpose him.
True. And when he had John Cena to, like one person, you don't, like you said, you don't need him to have everybody in the company. Like that wouldn't be. Yeah, you're right. It'd be interesting. We'll just have to see.
Willie Buck says, Palm Water Dave, are you going to Bayou Independent Wrestling Show Saturday there?
Of course.
I am going to be there at Brookhaven, Mississippi, June 7th. Main event is a dog collar match between our guest last week, Steve Anthony, against King Rob Love. If Steve Anthony wins Southern Royalty, he must disband. And
I'm rooting for him.
And
Steve
if
Anthony.
Rob Love manages to beat Steve Anthony, he's going to make Steve Anthony his bitch.
Yeah, and he didn't really know much detail, so that's very dangerous.
Yeah,
bet on yourself kind of thing. He didn't want to worry about it because he knows he's going to win, and I like that. I like that confidence.
Shout out to Angel Camacho. He's out there doing his thing right now. He's not going to be able to make the show Saturday.
He has lost over 100 pounds. Have you seen that?
He's on a quest to get down to 300.
That is so awesome.
Clip on our open. When he hit me on that clip on our open, he's legitimate 460 pounds. Man, we're pulling for Angel Camacho. I mean, once the bell rings, I don't want to be nowhere near him, but he's really a really good person. And I mean, he may not want me to tell you he's a really good person, but he is. But Rob Love brought somebody in to replace him, to step in for him, and Suge White. And Suge White's a legitimate badass. And this is his BIW debut Saturday night. And whoever's got to step in the ring with Suge White's, they better lace their boots up tight, because he's a man and a half, and it's gonna be a fight.
Oh man, yeah.
We're gonna have Ray Fury versus RJW down in the Bayou tournament.
That's gonna be a good one. That's a hard one though.
Yeah,
I want both of them to win. I don't know, because we've had both of them on here. They're both really great guys. That's the cool thing about tournaments, though. You do people that don't necessarily always wrestle each other. They get in those brackets, and then you get to see, like you said, you get to see two people that you really like. You're like, man, I don't know who to.
So I will be at Bayou Independent Wrestling Saturday night, and it's going to be a great event. We always have great events in Brookhaven.
And what night is this? Saturday night?
Saturday night.
And while you're doing that, you need to make sure you catch our friends at the Island Pro Wrestling. They'll be on that. Their show is. And
Money in the Bank may be over by the time they all start. I think Money in the Bank's afternoon show.
We didn't ask. Is there are they a time difference? The Island Pro? Did Justin say anything? He's probably Eastern, I would think. Don't you?
Atlantic. He's in the Atlantic time zone.
What is that? How many is that after Eastern? Probably.
Yeah, like it's 8 o'clock. We started at 6 and it was 8 o'clock there. It was 2 hours.
Okay. So you can probably catch it all. You just got to keep rolling with the time zones.
T-Weave with the suggestion. Y'all need to start having segments with 2 opponents the week before they fight. That'd be interesting.
I like it.
World Collide is afternoon, not Money in the Bank.
Is that the same day? Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank? Is that the same day? Or is that Lord, there's so much wrestling on, we don't have a clue.
Yeah.
I don't. I'll just stumble upon something. That's usually how it works for me. Same day. Okay.
Let's talk about belts.
Yes.
Big Time Belts, Facebook.com. Join Big Time Belts on Facebook for all of your championship belt needs. This is a variant of the Winged Eagle for the Baltimore Orioles. The only thing that you could be proud of being an Orioles fan this season, I guess, is having this belt made by Big Time Belts. It's beautiful.
It is
It's absolutely beautiful.
I love the eagle like that, or bird, whatever it is. Oriole, I guess. I don't know.
Go ahead and plan for fantasy football. He does fantasy football belts.
Yeah.
This is an interesting concept for a fantasy football belt in Texas, the La Liga.
It'll be here.
Fantasy football champion. The Ram Network had fantasy football belt that we got. Timmy C won.
Yep.
And promptly gave away to a kid in a wheelchair. The Ohio, I meant to turn that picture before I did this, but I didn't. So it is what it is. And there's 2 more plates on that belt with American flags that are really good. And it's not your normal, typical American flag side plate that you see.
Really?
The Ohio Hatchet Wrestling Champion got their belt from Big Time Belts.
I love that blue. It's very
How about
cool.
this World Heavyweight Wrestling Championship Custom? It's very interesting. I like that shade that they put, that shade of blue for the water.
Yeah. I like the brown. I like the leather on it. That's nice. With the dark kind of, the gold is kind of a rose gold. I mean, it looks nice.
And the SWA tag team, I love these tags. They remind me of the old Mid-Atlantic Championship back in the day. After, look at the leather. If you want color leather, it ain't no thing for Big Time Belts. They will put you some bold colors on a strap, making your belt dreams come true. And we want to thank them for sponsoring our show.
You're right about the leather. I mean, the game event belt is purple and it is beautiful. I love it. I mean, it's like black t-shirts, black belt, like color. Oh, I love it. It looks really nice.
We talk about our channel here.
Yes.
Our Mark Out Moments channel. We're now rapidly approaching 6,200 subscribers. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you all.
Y'all are jumping on the bandwagon fast and furious. But we also have a Mark Out Moments Facebook page.
Oh.
We're sharing a lot of our content from the YouTube on there, but we also have pictures of wrestling. For the last 10 years, my wife has been taking pictures at the wrestling matches and posting them. And she does that so the talent can go and right-click save and get pictures of their work. And, I bought her, we talked last week that I bought her a camera for her birthday. She took 3,133 pictures at Lost Art of Wrestling this past Friday night.
And they were great. I mean, those are some really great pictures, and I bet the talent do appreciate having those. Those pictures, like a portfolio that they can kind of show and present. So that's really awesome that she does that.
But like our Facebook page over at Mark Out Moments, and you can get. I mean, she's subject to stream, may go live and stream.
Oh, awesome!
Maybe an event. She won't show the whole card, but you never know when she's going to go live at one of the events, and she's over there taking those pictures, and it's kind of it's a fun Facebook follow.
That sounds awesome.
I think the complete URL is Mark Out Moments Photography, but you can find Mark Out Moments on the Facebook.
Next week we're on a different day.
Yes. We decided to go
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yep, we are going to be on next Wednesday. I am traveling for work. I'm still working. And so I could do it through my phone as I'm driving home on the interstate. I don't think that would make for, I don't know. It might be. You never know. But so we are choosing to go live on Wednesday, which will be June 11th, 6:00 as normal. And we'll have all kinds of cool things to talk about. It's Whose birthday? Is that today? Today?
Lucha LaCora said last night on Facebook that if you're a fan of Ray Fury, you're not allowed to tell him happy birthday.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Yes, Bad Money Slim during Dynamite. Ain't nobody watching it anyway.
Well, we'll be watching just in case our truth shows up. You all let us know, and we'll do a walk along.
Oh, anyway, happy birthday to Lucha LaCora. I've worked with Lucha. I've known Lucha LaCora for about 10 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I've always enjoyed working with Lucha LaCora. He turned on Ray Fury though recently.
I was gonna say, why is everybody? I mean, Vladimir. I did see. Kind of giving a shout out to one of our past guests, Brandon Turner. I did see that Ray was on Brandon Turner's podcast the other day.
Yes.
Interesting. Hope he had his eyes in the back of his head and on the sides and everything else.
Turner's
talking to Brandon, you just never know.
The Brilliant One podcast. He's on Facebook. He's on YouTube every night. It seems like he's on every night. He does a great job over there. I'm gonna tell you who else does a great job. Is TNA Top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was listening today. I absolutely love Andrew's AEW opinions. I'm listening on Apple Podcasts, and I didn't see him go live on that one. I didn't get a notification.
I did catch it. Oh, that's weird. I did catch it. I did catch it live for the most part. And then I was telling them I went to my mom's house. So then when I got back in the car, it picked up right where I left off. I was like, great. I'm like 30 minutes behind, so I didn't want to make any remarks or anything. Cause then they'd be like, what in the world? But I love Cheers back in the day.
Oh yeah.
That was a great show. Their top 10 was, but you know what? I think, of course I was younger, but I never realized that
I haven't got to the Norm quote, so don't spoil it for me.
No, I was just going to say, I didn't realize in a weird way, I guess, cause I was younger watching it, that was a gag. Like he would say something different every time. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of like the running gag of when he walked in. It was very good.
Top 10 Norm one-liners entering Cheers this week. Top 10 wedding dance songs next week. That's going to be a fun poll.
Oh my gosh, that is going to be fun.
And we normally will share their request to vote on these polls. And
yeah, it's fun. It's
the more
fun
people that vote, the fun, the more fun the top 10 is. It's a great T-Weave, Allison. And this was a fun episode because I don't think that Terry's audio was as bad as Terry's audio thought his audio was.
Mm-hmm.
But just that you could tell that Terry was stressed about his audio makes for such a good episode. Because he finally gets it.
Yes, poor Terry.
It was they do a good job over there.
Yes, definitely very entertaining, and you get to vote. So like you listen to the top 10, they put out a list, you put out what you think is the best, you list them top 10, and then you listen to see if people are like-minded or if everybody was like, well, I've never, it is funny to hear the Allison and Andrew and Terry will talk about that didn't, I didn't even vote for that one, or this didn't, that was one of my top 5s and it's, number 10 or whatever. So it's kind of funny whenever something comes up and they're not, well, we can definitely take care of that for you, Terry.
Yeah, because last week I had theirs and I had Brandon's and I had Drunken Pop. And then I went to look for it and I'm like, oh man, I can't get it. By the time I get it, we'll be done.
Well, make sure you put Dan Connor on the list. They left off Roseanne Connor on the Mother's Day list that they did. How could you forget Roseanne?
They don't talk about her anymore.
I'm talking about, but I mean,
know.
Even from the beginning of her show, like that was such a great show. Anyway, anywho, I'm playing ChatGPT.
It's been birthday week at my house.
Oh,
My granddaughter Aubrey's birthday was Sunday.
I seen that. She's 4.
She's 4.
Oh,
My mother's birthday was yesterday. She's 82.
saw that.
My grandson David.
Yes, I saw that
He is
too.
15 years old today. I called him a little while ago before the show, and I cannot believe Pawpaw's boy is 15.
Mhm.
I've
Did
been
he
a
get?
Pawpaw. So this is my Pawpaw birthday.
Oh,
I've been a Pawpaw for 15 years, and when I tell you there ain't nothing in life I love more than being a Pawpaw.
oh. Is he in a state where they can get their driver's or their permit at 15?
He can get his beginners. He can get his learner's permit at 15.
Okay,
And
I didn't know.
his dad seems gung ho about him doing that so he can be his chauffeur.
Oh, okay, okay.
I never looked forward to riding with any of mine.
That is a job that my husband does because
I
our
don't have
son.
the patience for it. I'm scared. I'm not a good passenger.
Yeah, no, I'm not
That's
either.
Stephanie. She'll tell you I'm a horrible passenger.
Our son turned 15 and in December, but in March, our governor here in Kentucky signed where 15-year-olds could sit for the permit test. It used to be 16.
Mm.
And so, like I said, before Andy Brashears finished signing his name, my son was texting me, give me an appointment, give me an appointment. So, he has his
I went to go
learner's
get my learner's permit, my beginner's license on a Friday,
Mhm.
and I applied for a hardship license. And on Monday, I had the card in the mail that I was approved for the hardship license.
Oh my God.
From Friday to Monday, I got the hardship license approval. On Wednesday, I was taking my driver's test, but my dad's car was in the shop, and my mom had one of those big, long ass Fleetwood Cadillacs. So I failed defensive. I failed parallel parking, but then we were back on Friday on my dad's L Dog, and I passed. And Friday night, I'm on the streets.
Oh
But-
my God.
But I'd already been driving because,
Right.
like, when I was 13 or 14, I asked my great grandmother if I could borrow her car to take my friend home, and we were cruising her car all over Pleasant Grove, and
Oh
And-
my God.
And then finally, my dad said to me, he said, hey, quit taking your grandmother's car, asking your grandmother to borrow the car. She won't tell you no, but it makes her real nervous. And I thought I was in trouble, but I wasn't. So every night when we got off work from that point on, my dad would let me drive him home.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, by the time I turned 15, I got a driver's license. I bought my first car. And
Was a hardship so you could work at the grocery store? I mean, is that what I'm assuming? Is that why you
we just applied for the
applied?
hardship license.
Oh,
And this is how easy it was, is that my restriction was to drive in the city of Dallas only.
oh my God.
And then I said, well, we got football games and we play in Mesquite. And so they changed it to Dallas County. I mean, they just wrote it in, changed it to Dallas County. That's how easy it was back then. But I bought my first car. In like October of 1981, I got a brand new 1982 40 XP.
Ooh. I was telling when I went here in Kentucky, I got my permit the day I turned 16. And literally 30 days later is all I had to wait to sit for my driver's test. Never drove in the winter, never drove probably in rain at that point. You know, it's amazing we're not all dead sometimes. You know, like I'm just like, we just, I mean, and like you said, just everybody go to Lexington or whatever. It's 100% amazing. We made it.
It was just something I just took to it. I took to it, and so my dad didn't have any issues, you know,
right.
me being out
Oh, well,
on my own
yeah.
because I'd already proven myself.
Yeah, I don't really like to drive very much, but I let my husband takes care of the training of the children because I couldn't do it.
Have we
Plus-
forgot anything else? Forgot anything tonight, Amy?
I hope not. We talked about no, I don't think so. I think we've had a great night. I love talking to Justin. It was so fun. And Chris North. What can we say? You rock. Just so sweet.
What do you say, Amy? I'm gonna make that a T-shirt this week.
Heck yeah.
Palm Water Amy 28.
I love it. I love it.
Thanks again to Chris North. You don't know how much that means to us.
Yeah. So just really, it's just so cool to think that he would do that. He thought of us going to,
Yeah.
SmackDown. Ooh,
I
excuse
mean,
me.
you could have held a sign up that said anything.
Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely go 5 jars instead of stars.
Definitely.
Got them right here.
No.
The stars and our flag will have stars, have jars and candles on them.
Heck yeah.
The jars
I
and
like that.
candles. The jars and candles forever.
I love it. I love it.
All right, for the first lady of the Arn Anderson fan club, Amy Vaughn, I'm Palm Water Dave. Thank you for joining us on Talking Wrestling with Palm Water Amy. We are out of here.